Maladjusted Misfits.
So I thought about it. I'm 50 years old. I've never lived by myself. I think I'm ready to branch out and be on my own for a little bit.
But you don't have a job.
What'd you have to go and bring that up for? I'm Adam.
I'm Joe.
And we're the Maladjusted Misfits.
And this is the one where we talk about friends. Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome Misfits, and hello to any other new Friends fans that stumbled across our podcast. Every week we rewatch the next episode in sequential order. How are you doing this week, Joe?
What a week. It's been busy.
You've been busy.
It was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I had to record on Mother's Day. He didn't want to record on Father's Day. He was like, no. No, thank you.
Well, in my defense, it is a scientific fact that fathers are lazier than mothers, so there's that.
All right, so what are we talking about this week?
We are doing the episode, the one where Joey moves out.
Ooh, Joey. What's our IMDb plot?
Joey and Chandler's friendship is jeopardized when Joey decides to move out. Monica worries about her parents finding out about her relationship with Richard when they attend a party together. Rachel and Phoebe go get tattoos.
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 How does Bob say, or that guy say it on Bob's Burgers?
Yeah, tattoo.
Tattoo. All right, our episode director this week, which we already discussed last week, from now until the end of the season, is Michael Lembeck.
Yes, Michael Lembeck.
It's this guy again.
Our season 2 director.
That's right. So he also directed The Santa Claus 2.
Awesome.
And The Santa Claus 3.
Ooh.
And we've never seen The Santa Claus.
No.
And it's not like we're not a big Tim Allen fan per se. Like, we liked Big Trouble. I mean, we love Big Trouble.
We love Big Trouble. We love Galaxy Quest.
Yes, and we like Buzz Lightyear. But that's all.
You would probably be fine with Santa Claus. I have trouble with super sentimental holiday movies. I mean, I'm fine with holiday movies. Krampus is great. Gremlins and Die Hard are terrific.
Oh, that's funny. All right. So our episode writer this week is Betsy Borns.
Yes, we've had her before.
Yes. She only wrote 2 episodes in season 2.
Okay.
The Baby on the Bus and this one.
Okay.
She also wrote episodes of Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Roseanne. When was our original air date for this episode?
The original air date was February 15th, 1996.
Ooh.
So a couple movies that released that week were Muppet Treasure Island.
Oh.
Another one we've never seen.
No.
We've probably seen about half of the Muppet movies that exist.
Yeah. Well, the popular ones.
Yeah.
When they started, like, doing Muppets Eat Dinner, we stopped watching them. It's like...
Muppets Eat Dinner on the Disney Channel.
It's like they got a little ridiculous.
Piggy, could you pass me that BLT? Hi-ya! And then Happy Gilmore also came out that week.
Yes.
And we have seen Happy Gilmore.
Yes, we quote Happy Gilmore a lot. Why don't you go to your home?
Hey, pal, I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
All right. So, ready for some trivia?
Hang on. Let me get centered.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, Jack says it looks like a scene from Cocoon. Remember?
Yes.
So Courtney Cox appeared in Cocoon the Return in 1988.
Wow.
Which was a sequel of Cocoon.
Right. Did you know Cocoon's one of those really hard movies to find?
No.
You can find Cocoon the Return streaming.
Yeah.
You can't find Cocoon.
Why? Why?
I don't know. It's one of those movies that's like, I don't think it even came out on Blu-ray. Like, if you find a DVD of it, you should, like, buy it because it's worth a lot. Because
Weird.
it's one of those movies that's hard to find for some, even though it's a Ron Howard movie.
That's so weird. All right. So when Rachel has second thoughts about her tattoo at the tattoo place, Phoebe asks her, come on, what is this, 1922?
Right.
Which is so funny. It's just a random date.
Right.
But in 1922, women in Georgia were given the right to vote.
Oh.
So 2 years after the 36 states ratified the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which officially allowed the women to vote. So in 1922, Georgia women were allowed to vote. So,
Ooh.
yeah. Also in 1922, the state of Massachusetts opened all of its public offices to women. So before then, women weren't allowed to run for public office.
Wow.
So she pulled a random date out of her ass, but it had some significance.
It seems like not that long ago.
I know, isn't it weird? That's just crazy.
Like 100, it's only been 100 years.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
All right. The first episode to have Joey's name in the title is this one. So which Friends do you think has the most in the title? Sometimes it's like the Candy Hearts episode, but
sometimes
it says a friend's name.
Phoebe does this. Or
so we've had a couple.
I'm going to say Ross is the most.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of Ross and Rachel stuff, and then there's a lot of just Ross meltdown stuff.
Yep. And Chandler is the least.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would have been my guess.
So, yeah. All right. What were your episode reactions?
The tattoo thing is all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sitcom-y. The Joey moving out fake out is such an obvious fake out that it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
I'll bring that up later.
Okay.
You know, I have these things that I don't like in TV shows where they try to pull one over on you.
Right.
And
like
you're
he's
like,
moving out. He's never coming back. They're not going to be friends anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
They at least get good comedy mileage out of it. And then all the Twinkie stuff and all that, that's all weird.
Yeah.
Fun.
I think it's a fun, cute, and sentimental episode. The little, you know. I love the tattoo part. I like that she gets a tattoo, but then we never see it or talk about it ever again.
Right.
I love the moving out fight / not fight. I like the comparison, and you have to listen for it. And I don't know if you picked up on it. Maybe you did. But the comparison of the Twinkie to the apartment and other woman type thing. So it's like, you know, I saw you checking out her moldings.
Right. Right.
It's clever. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
And there's no Ross and Rachel fighting, which is always a plus.
Right.
I think we should track that. Like, how many episodes do we get where Ross and Rachel are not fighting? They're getting along.
I don't mind when they're fighting. I don't like when they're dead stop. Silence.
I don't like when they're...
I don't like when they're whining around each other.
Oh, yeah.
Ross, don't bother me about work. And
oh, yeah.
Oh, Mark. I like I said, I'm a big fan of once they break up for a while, like full stop, and then it's like they make fun of each other a lot. I get into that part of it.
Favorite line? There were some funny ones. They were very funny lines, but I like when Chandler just like without hesitation, just goes, "I couldn't be lower or wetter."
I couldn't be lower or wetter. I'm not leaving you high and dry, am I?
No, I couldn't be lower or wetter. I just love it. What was yours?
I went with another Chandler line.
Okay.
I really like the shocked expression he has when he says, "You licked and you put." You licked and you put.
I totally would not be able to handle that. I would die.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
If you saw one of the kids doing
that. My God. You'd be calling an ambulance because I would have had a heart attack. Because immediately my mind would do that movie trope thing where it's like thinking of all the times I used a spoon. Oh my God.
Slow motion of them pulling it out of their mouths.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. I grossed everybody out. So, favorite moment. It was a tie, but I gave you the other one because it was really cute and it's so funny. But I went with the hug that Joey gives Chandler at the end when he closes the door and then he runs back in and hugs him.
Yeah.
It's super cute.
And I took the funny one, which was when Ross takes the bat away from Jack when Monica is telling them about Richard. I found my bat. Here, let me take that.
I love that. And I like the scene before when he takes the crystal glass out of his mom's hand. Favorite outfit? I'm going to go with Rachel's plaid pants and black sweater. Super cute. I'm not a fan of pants since birth. I don't like pants.
You don't like wearing pants.
I don't like wearing pants, but I appreciate a good pair of pants on those that can wear them. And she wears those pants.
Yes.
What's your favorite outfit?
I ended up with, I came really close to picking that guy, the Eric guy, Joey's friend.
Oh, is they ironic?
Yeah, as in ironic.
Should have. Oh, that shirt is amazing.
That shirt is so, it might as well just say 90s on it.
Yeah. Wow, I should say pimp on it.
I almost picked that, but I did pick Phoebe's sweater. She wears a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like I might have picked it before.
Yeah, I think she wears it at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she wears it like a bunch this season. But I really like it. I think it's a cute sweater.
Yeah, it is cute. All right, let's talk about themes we explored this episode.
Okay.
All right, theme 1, dating your dad's best friend.
Ugh. See, I just remember this like biker guy that came over to our house all the time that I figured out much later was my dad's weed dealer.
Right.
I don't want to picture my sister with that weirdo.
Yeah. Oof.
Theme 2, getting a tattoo. It's not 1922.
Kind of rhymes.
But it's funny because the 90s were that kind of bridge between where we are now, where everybody has tons of tattoos.
Yep.
And the 80s where guys in the military had tattoos and biker guys had tattoos.
Yep. Theme 3, moving out at 28. Oof.
Yeah.
I mean, he was moved out of his parents' house. He was just not moving out. He had a roommate. Yeah.
Right. And theme 4, is soap self-cleansing?
I don't know. That's weird.
I always do a little wash with the soap when I'm done. I always
rinse the soap
put
off
it in my hands for a minute.
Rub it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And kind of clear off whatever might have gotten on there. But I think it's because of this episode.
Oh my God. I gotta clean the soap before somebody else uses it.
Yeah.
That's too funny. All right, we're going to take a quick break before we break down the episode.
Ooh, it looks so good. Oh, I love it.
Oh, I know. So do I. Oh, Phoebe, I'm so glad you made me do this. Okay, let me see yours.
Okay, let's see yours again.
Phoebe, we just saw mine. Let me see yours.
Oh, okay. It's gone. That's so weird. I don't know where it went.
You didn't get it?
No.
Why didn't you get it?
I'm sorry.
Phoebe, how could you do this to me? This was your idea.
I know. I was going to get it, but then he came out with this needle. And did you know they do this with needles?
Really? You don't say, 'cause mine was licked on by kittens.
Aw, cute.
Don't.
We now return to the one where you talk about friends. So, the cold open.
Yes.
Joey and Chandler are there. The boys are in their bathrobes eating cereal.
Yes.
Joey immediately says, "Man, this is weird. Did you ever notice that Captain Crunch's eyebrows are on his hat?" And Chandler snaps back with, "That's what's weird? The man has been a captain of a cereal for 40 years. I still think that his eyebrows being on his hat are weirder.
Yeah.
Because if I met a man whose eyebrows were on his hat, I'd think that was pretty strange."
I snort laughed. I was just thinking about that YouTube thing we saw the other night where that girl's eyebrows were blocked on her forehead.
Like 3-inch eyebrows?
Yeah.
Then Joey wipes the spoon with his mouth and then throws it back in the drawer.
Ah!
That's the noise Chandler makes. Joey, oblivious, says, "What?" And Chandler explains the spoon. You licked and you put. Joey's still shrugging. Like, what are you talking about? And Chandler explains further. Don't you see how gross it is? It's like using my toothbrush. And then Joey kind of looks away, all innocent.
Oh, no.
You used my toothbrush. And Joey puts up his defense, which is as follows. Only because I used the red one to unclog the drain. Chandler explodes. Mine is the red one. He jumps to his feet. Oh, God. Can open. Worms everywhere.
Remember that episode of The New Girl? I don't remember much of The New Girl, but he was like, I don't know whose towel is that.
Yeah.
I've never used that towel.
Well, I say that all the time.
You do.
That's the only thing I remember from that
know.
show. But yeah, Schmidt kept complaining that his towel was always damp.
Yes.
And then he called everybody in there and he was like, who's
Right.
using my towel? And the other guy was immediately like, well, that's my towel.
Right.
He's like, no, this is my towel. He's like, no, I use that towel every day. I've never even touched that towel. So none of this is in Joey's rule book. So he questions, why can't we use the same toothbrush, but we can use the same soap? And Chandler explains, soap is soap. It's self-cleansing. And then Joey disturbingly suggests to Chandler that the next time he showers, he think of the first thing he washes and the last thing Joey washed. And then he evil smirks. And Chandler sort of jumps in that scared little way.
So what is the first thing that you wash?
Well, I know what he's implying.
Right. He washes his face first.
Right.
And his butthole last.
He's implying butt to face. We use different soap products.
Yes,
so,
we do.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm the only one that uses my soap. So,
And you use a different soap for your face.
yeah, and I use a different face soap. So I don't run into that problem.
Right. All right, so we're in Monica and Rachel's apartment. Chandler and Joey enter. Monica and Phoebe are sitting at the kitchen table.
Okay.
Phoebe greets them with, "Ooh, look at you fancy lads. What's the occasion?" And Joey explains that the guy on the show that's in a coma, he's having a brunch. Which is why they're over there getting juice and coffee. Because they're
Right.
about to go to a brunch.
Right. They didn't eat breakfast.
Right. So
Well, they had breakfast.
yeah.
They
don't wanna eat too
They're
much.
eating second breakfast
Second
before
breakfast before brunch.
Joey plays by Hobbit rules.
So Rach comes out of her room in the cutest plaid pants and says, "Ready when you are." And Mon says she cannot believe they're actually getting tattoos. I was 30 when I got my first tattoo. And I think
Yeah.
you were like 40, weren't you? When you got your first
Well,
tattoo?
we got our first tattoos together, right?
No, I got my moon tattoo. My
Oh.
brother got it for me for my 30th
okay.
birthday. And then the second time I got my tattoo, we got them together.
Yeah.
Yeah, my second tattoo was your first tattoo.
Yeah.
Yep, so that was fun. And then I'm 52. Well, I'll be 52 in July. And I'm ready to get a sleeve.
Yeah.
Well, a half sleeve, not a full sleeve. All right. Anyhow, I digress. Chandler says, "Excuse me? You guys are getting tattoos?" And Rach says, "Yes, but you cannot tell Ross because I want to surprise him."
Mm-hmm.
So Joey thinks it's wild and asks what she's getting. And Phoebe butts in
Yeah.
and says she's getting a lily in honor, memoriam, remembrance, whatever, of her mom.
Yeah.
And Chandler says, "That's lucky. What if her name was Big Ugly Splash?"
That's not a name.
And Joey asks where she's getting the lily, and Phoebe says on her shoulder, as Ross walks in and says, "What's on your shoulder?"
I'm just going to start butting into conversations upon entering a room.
That's how you do it.
What's on your shoulder? This is the word I heard.
So Phoebe acts fast and says chip. She has a chip on her shoulder. She has an attitude problem.
Right.
And then she caves like half a second later. She doesn't even hold on to it. Like,
No.
he didn't even question it.
Right.
But she goes, "I'm getting a tattoo. I'm getting a tattoo." So Ross says, "A tattoo? Why would you want to do that?" And Rach asks, "Don't you think they're kind of cool?" And of course, prissy Ross, who gets his ear pierced later,
Yeah.
says, "No, he does not. And why would he pay someone to scar his body for life?"
Right.
I have 5 tattoos right now, and not once did I ever think of it in that way.
Scar my body for
Yeah.
life.
And then he adds, "What if it doesn't come out right? It's like having a bad haircut all the time." And everyone looks at him, and he notices, "Why is everyone staring at me?"
Because you burst into the room and hijacked the conversation?
So Monica tells Ross to sign the B-Day card for Dad because Richard is coming to pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
Chan says, ooh, Richard's going to the party too?
Ooh.
And Mom says, yeah, he's my parents' best friend. He has to go. So Joey asks if today is the day she's going to tell them about them dating. And Mom says, yeah, for my dad's birthday, I decided to give him a stroke.
Oh.
So we were watching this episode right before recording on the DVD, and the girl kid was cracking up at that line.
Yeah.
She understands about giving dad strokes, apparently.
Yeah.
She's like, Dad, when are you having your stroke? I've had it several times. So Phoebe says she should tell them. Monica says she doesn't even know how serious he is, and until she does, she's not saying anything. So Ross says, Mom and Dad won't mind. Remember when you were 9 and Richard was 30 and Dad said, God, I hope they get together.
I hope he gets a tattoo of her.
So there was a cut scene where Richard buzzes, saying he's arrived, and Ross says bye to Rachel and kisses her passionately.
Yeah.
And then Joey tries the same thing to Monica.
Yeah.
She kind of gives him a dirty look before she leaves. No, I'm not kissing.
You put my spoons back in the...
Oh my God, can you imagine if Monica knew that he did that?
Oh. So then we're at the Geller house.
Mm-hmm.
Mon, Richard, and Ross. And then the Gellers and various other guests are already inside. But we start outside with Ross, Monica, and Richard. Ross just wants to head in, but Monica is worried about the order that they enter.
Yeah, and then there's a cut scene
Yeah.
where Monica asks Richard, aren't you nervous? And he goes, yes, but it's just a very absorbent suit.
So then Monica makes Ross swap to the middle, and then she worries that they look like they're trying to cover something up, and Ross quips that she could come in straddling Richard, and they still wouldn't believe it.
Which is a really funny line.
And then Richard kind of nods and motions for him to open the door. They enter, and Ross announces we're here, and Jack and Judy come and greet the trio. Mrs. Geller asks the kids if they thank Dr. Burke for the ride. And Ross answers that Monica thanked him for the both of us.
Ew.
Which is both funny and gross.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in this episode.
Yeah.
A lot of funny gross. We cut later to the kitchen with Monica and her mother and Judy's friend Emily from the credits. I'm not sure if she says Emily. But Emily asks if the kids took the train, and Judy explains Richard brought them. And Emily has a real gossip vibe, like a, Reverend Lovejoy's wife. kind of look to her and everything.
Yeah, she does.
And she leans in to explain that she heard Richard has a 20-year-old Twinkie in the city. And Monica reacts by spraying Ready Whip across the kitchen and plays it off as a finger cramp. And then, they start cleaning up, and Judy and Emily continue to gossip, and Judy says, so Richard's shopping in the junior section. You just know she has the IQ of a napkin. I mean, this is one of their friends. You think she would give him the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
But
and it's not like he's cheating on his wife. Like, they're separated. So,
right.
Yeah.
Emily complains that she's probably not even pretty, just young enough so everything is still pointing up. And Monica self-consciously covers her pointinesses up. It seems strange to bitch about younger women while one is in the room.
Yeah, but they don't think of her as a younger woman. They just think of her as their daughter. You know, so.
I know, but I still think it's weird.
Yeah. All right, so then we cut to a New York apartment building, Joey, Chandler, and some Days of Our Lives guy.
Yeah.
So Joey says, can you believe this place? And Chandler says, yeah, this is a great apartment. Joey says the bathroom has mirrors on both sides, so it's like you're peeing with the Rockettes.
Ooh.
Okay, so youngins, the Rockettes is an American precision dance company founded in 1925, but they started in St. Louis, Missouri, which is weird. Yeah. They have since 1932 performed at Radio City Music Hall in New York City, and they're famous for their imperfect precision kick line.
Or do they still do that now?
They still do it. They're still going strong.
Wow.
Yeah. So Chandler says that is his fantasy come true. And then he goes, seriously.
Oh.
So the Days of Our Life character comes over. He's never called by name, but in the credits, it's Eric with an A.
Yeah.
A-R-I-K.
Which is weird, right?
It is weird, yes.
I've never seen that.
So Eric and Joey, he comes over to Joey and tells him that they say they like this place. And he said, hey, you should take it. he's getting a bigger place. And Joey says, can you see me in a place like this? And the Days of Our Life guy says, why not? Do you hate park views and high ceilings?
I feel like this douchebag had this party just to sell his apartment.
I think that's the strangest thing to say to somebody.
Right.
Do you hate high ceilings and park views?
Yes.
It's like saying, do you hate puppies and babies?
Yes.
Hey. So Chandler started to look miffed right about now.
Right.
And he offers to show Joey the kitchen. So Chandler scoffs and says, that's okay. I saw a kitchen this morning on TV. Stop talking. Okay.
Come on, Chandler. It's not a lesbian wedding. Mingle a little.
I know. It's so funny. He's so awkward.
So now we're back at the Geller house. Party still going strong. We return with a guy huddle. Mm-hmm. Jack, Richard, Ross, and Bob, who's played by Warren Berlinger, R.I.P., who was also in The Long Goodbye with Elliot Gould. And that's the one where Gould played Philip Marlowe.
Cool.
Perhaps they really are old friends. Who knows? Jack and Bob are pestering Richard for details. Is she really 20? But Richard won't tell them anything because, it's fucking Monica. Jack implores, it's my birthday. Let me live vicariously. And Ross tries to warn him off. Richard, too. And we start to realize where Ross gets his not knowing when to shut up thing.
That's so funny.
As Jack spouts about a midlife crisis between friends. When he was 50, he got the Porsche. And you got your own little speedster. And Richard's like, seriously, it's not like that. Then Jack gets the idea that maybe one of these weekends, Richard could borrow the Porsche, and he could, and Ross jumps in, begging him not to finish that sentence.
Oh, that's a really good moment right there.
This entire conversation borders on sexist, even without the daughter angle.
Oh, yeah.
But Jack says he's kidding. He'd never let Richard touch the Porsche.
All right, so we cut to a tattoo parlor in New York City, Phoebe and Rachel. So Phoebe asks which Lily she should get. And we have been in a few tattoo parlors. Not a ton, but a few, right? Mm-hmm. I have never seen a lily on a wall in a tattoo parlor.
Not to my recollection.
There's been flowers. We've seen many flowers, but never a lily, because those are very, very distinct looking flowers.
Right.
So Rach starts to tell her what she thinks, and Phoebe interrupts again because she's nervous. And she says she likes this lily because it's more open, like her mom, a more open, giving spirit. And then she goes, ooh, foghorn leghorn. And again, this is reaching far back into the archives of the early 90s, late 80s. It's a cartoon chicken from Looney Tunes.
Yes.
So you can Google it, but it was a popular 18-year-old rebellion, not too scary, but I got a tattoo in the 90s. So a lot of guys in the early 90s got foghorn leghorn because it was like,
wow.
Yeah, it was like, I got a tattoo. It's not scary, so my mom can't yell at me.
I got a tattoo.
So then this cutie little tattoo artist comes out and says, blonde girl, you're in room 2. Not so blonde girl, you're with me. So Rachel starts to get nervous, and Phoebe asks if it's because of what Ross said, and she says, no, well, maybe. And then Phoebe says she cannot believe it. Is this relationship Ross equals boss? What is this, 1922? And Rachel's confused, and Phoebe says, well, it was a long time ago when men told women what to do a lot. And then there was suffrage, which is a good thing, but it sounds really bad.
Yeah, it sounds horrible, but it's good.
So Phoebe asks if she wants to get this tattoo, and Rachel says yes. But Ross, and Phoebe yells, hey, is he your boyfriend, the boss of you? And she goes, no. Who is the boss of you? You? No, you're the boss of you. Now march your hiney in there and get that heart tattoo on your hip. Go! And there's a cut line, so I don't know if you see that guy. He's kind of got his eyes closed, laying on this couch, which is always in a tattoo parlor.
Yeah.
There's always this, really gross love seat.
Yeah.
And so there's a cut line where Phoebe says to the sleepy tattoo guy, I haven't even gotten my tattoo yet, and I'm already tougher.
And he's like, fuck yeah, you want to smoke a bowl? All right, so now we're at the Geller's house bathroom.
Okay.
Monica, and then Richard, and then later, other people show up. So Monica is pacing around the shitter.
Oh my God.
And Richard opens the door, and I think Mon was expecting him. They must have had a little code outside. And Monica immediately is like, I'm a Twinkie. And Richard goes, really? I'm a hero. Then they hug, and Mama. Monica says it's so hard, and Richard hates it too, but he thinks maybe they should tell them, and Monica suggests telling his parents first, but they're dead.
God, you're so lucky.
She sort of apologizes for saying he's lucky his parents are dead, but then they break, and Rich goes out first. He heads out as Judy comes around the corner, and loudly, so Monica can hear him, says, Judy, going to the bathroom. Good for you.
I do like that, too. It's so funny. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah, she appreciates his support. And Monica hides in the shower. Jack chases after Judy, wanting to know where his Harmon Killebrew bat is because Bob doesn't believe he has one. So Harmon Killebrew played baseball for a living and hit lots of balls with lots of bats. Judy doesn't know where the bat is, and from her tone, she does not give a fuck. Then she asks if he knew Richard had a Twinkie in the city. And Jack says, he's like a new man. It's like a scene from Cocoon. And Judy's like, I never pictured Richard with a bimbo. And Jack tells her that he told Johnny Shapiro she's quite a girl. And Johnny Shapiro says he thinks he's falling in love with her. I don't know.
Johnny Shapiro, like in the Goodfellas or something?
I don't know. It reminds me of The Burbs when Tom Hanks is talking to his son and is like, whoa, well, Ricky Butler says. But Monica overhears this and smiles from the shower. And Jack says he's never seen Richard this happy. And then Judy slyly asks if he thinks about trading heroin for a younger model. And he says, of course not. With her, it's like I have two 25-year-olds.
Nah.
Because if he said anything else, he'd be dead, right? They kiss and hug, and Jack starts to get handsy. And she's like, Jack, stop. And he's like, come on, it's my birthday. And Monica covers her ears with shower sponges as the giggling increases.
That would be the most torturous thing in the whole world. All right, so we go to Joey and Chandler's apartment, and Joey and Chandler walk in.
Yeah.
And Joey says, would you stop? I'm not interested in that guy's apartment. Chandler says, oh, please. I saw the way you were checking out his moldings. You want it. Joey says, why would I want another apartment when I already got an apartment that I love?
Well, it wouldn't kill you to say it once in a while.
All right, you want the truth? I'm thinking about it. What? Joey says, I'm sorry, I'm 28 years old, I've never lived alone, and I'm finally in a place where I got enough money and I don't need a roommate anymore.
Whoa.
Chandler goes, whoa. I don't need a roommate either. I can afford to live here by myself. I may have to bring in someone once a week to, like, lick the silverware. Hey. Joey asks what he's getting so bent out of shape for. They did not agree to live together forever. We're not Bert and Ernie. Which later he says Bert as their code word. Remember?
Yeah.
And then there's a cut line, which is not cool at all.
Yeah.
Chandler quips, I'm aware we're not gay Muppets. That's not cool, man. But Chandler says, is that how he feels? Maybe he should take it.
Well, that's how I feel.
Then maybe you should take it.
Maybe I will.
Fine with me.
Great.
Joey ends the conversation. Then you'll be able to spend more quality time with your real friends, the Spoons.
Oh. Wow. He does not like washing silverware. All right, back to the Geller house. A peppy Jack comes out of the bathroom asking if he can freshen anybody's drink. And then Judy comes out announcing that it's almost time for cake. And then Monica comes out shaken to her very core.
Oh.
Ross asks if she's okay, and Monica asks if he remembers the video of Mom and Dad that she watched.
Yeah?
Well, I just caught the live show.
Oh.
And then there's a commercial break, but we pick right back up with Monica walking into the Geller kitchen, finding Richard. She says she heard something nice about him, when her parents were talking. And Judy comes in asking Richard if his son is seeing anyone. And he might want to give Monica a call.
I like how he goes, well, there's an idea.
And then Ross comes in and gets in the fridge as Monica explains that she's already seeing someone. And Judy says, oh? And Richard says, oh? And Ross says, Oh? Judy says Monica never tells them anything and asks Ross if he knew about this. And he's like, Mom, there are so many people in my life. Some of them are seeing people, some aren't. And then he takes her crystal glassware away from her.
Is this crystal?
Judy asks who this mystery man is.
Well, he's a doctor.
A real doctor?
No, a doctor of meat.
Of course he's a real doctor. And Ross tries to jump in here, but Monica pushes him away by the face. And he's handsome, and he's sweet, and I know you'll like him. And then Mom puts her arm around Richard, and Richard around her, while the mom's face is in the fridge. And then she turns around, sees them holding each other, and her brain goes into full panic mode, and she calls for Jack. Come here for a moment. No! And then Jack comes in with his Al Capone bat, and Ross takes it and says, let me take that, Dad. And he runs from the room. Judy explains that your daughter and Richard are something of an item. And he's like, that's impossible. He's got a Twinkie in the city. Monica says, I'm the Twinkie. You're the Twinkie. And then Richard finally says, she's not a Twinkie. Finally, somebody said it. Jeez. So Monica tries to tell how this is the best relationship she's been in, and her mother scoffs at the use of relationship. Monica says she's crazy about Richard, and Richard is like, really? Wow. And Jack wants to know if he has to listen to this on his birthday. Yeah, I see where some of the Ross whininess comes from, too. I like the people who think nothing bad is supposed to happen on their birthday.
Right.
But Monica says this is a good thing, and she points out that even he said that he's never seen Richard happier. You know, in the bathroom, right before you felt up Mom. So after Ross took the bat into the living room, he apparently had the bright idea to bring in the cake and have everybody sing. And he leads everybody into the kitchen. And Richard and Monica start singing as Jack and Judy slap fake smiles on their mugs.
All right. So we're back at the tattoo parlor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rach and Phoebe. And it opens on Rachel showing her perfect tiny little heart tattoo. So there is a lot of hoopla on the internet that Rachel's tattoo would not be that perfect. It would be wrapped and or covered. And
Right.
it would not look like that 5 minutes post tattoo.
Well, yeah, we just ignore that.
But it's a sitcom, and they're not going to show a bloody red razor heart on Prime
Right.
TV. Oh, Jennifer Aniston.
I just think it's funny that of all the tattoos in the world, she got one that probably cost $3.
I think the minimum is 50, because we got a small tattoo, and they're like, the minimum's 50. And we're like, okay. Anyhow, Rachel loves it, and she's so glad Phoebe made her do it. And Rach asks to see Phoebe's, and she says, let's see yours again. Phoebe pulls back her sweater. Oh, no, it's gone. That's so weird. I don't know where it went.
Sure.
And Rachel says, you didn't get it? No. Why didn't you get it? I'm sorry. Rachel's mad, even though she likes her tattoo. Why is she mad that she didn't get one?
Yeah.
So Phoebe says she's going to do it, but they came in with this needle. And did you know they do this with needles? This Rachel face is amazing, and the tone is heard in the Misfits house a lot. No, because mine was licked on by kittens. Oh man, Adam, you'd be covered in tattoos if this were true.
I do like kittens.
And there's a cut line in the DVD where Phoebe asks if it really hurt, and Rachel says, no, it felt like this. And she kind of pinches her on her arm.
Yeah.
And Phoebe goes, ow, 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 and says, oh, that's going to leave a mark.
Oh, I was thinking last week,
Mm-hmm.
about the Rachel saying she didn't want to wear glasses.
Right?
And she has contacts. Mm-hmm. But later she has that fear of putting drops in her eyes.
Oh, yeah. She
I didn't
can't
even
wear contacts.
I didn't think of that last week. All right, so now we're at Joey and Chandler's for now.
Aww.
Chandler and Joey walk in. Chandler is unpacking the groceries.
I can see 3 things on the counter that we get on a regular basis.
Okay.
Jif peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
Kraft ranch dressing.
And?
Scope mouthwash.
And the last item is Scotch tape. So Joey opens the door and comes in. Seeing Chandler, he immediately begins to apologize, and Chandler does too. And they hurry up and agree, and Chandler asks if they need to hug, but Joey's like, nah, we're good. And then Chandler throws Joey a present. Plastic spoons! Lick away, my man! And Joey thanks him and says they'll be great at his new place until he gets real ones. These are no friends to the environment. And then Chandler's like, what the hell, your new place? And Joey's like, well, yeah, I'm going to move out like we talked about. And Chandler says, well, I didn't think that was serious. And then shakes his plastic spoons back. He thought it was just a fight. And Joey's like, yeah, it was a fight based on serious stuff. This should help him grow or whatever. And Chandler makes a face at him and says, well, there you go. Joey wants to make sure he's not leaving him high and dry. And that's when Chandler assures him he's never been lower or wetter. He'll turn Joey's room into a game room or put the foosball table in there. Maybe an arcade game. One of the big real ones.
Poor guy never does get his game room, does he?
No. Well, I'm not sure what they did with that Pac-Man game.
I know.
But then Joey takes the knife out and stabs Chandler again. Asking, why do you get the fucking foosball table?
I see.
And Chandler tries to cover his misery by challenging Joey to play for the table. And Joey tells him he could take 2 minutes out of his day to kick Chandler's ass. And then Chandler tells him that his little man will get scored on more times than his sister. Whoa. Which sister?
I love that because it's so funny. It's like, yeah. What?
A couple of them are pretty skanky sluts.
All right, we're back at Monica and Rachel. Monica and Richard are there, then Phoebe and Rachel come in. So Monica and Richard are setting the table, and she asks if he's sorry she told her parents. And Richard says, no, it's been a long time since your dad and I went running. They kiss, and Phoebe and Rachel come in, and Monica asks to see Rach's tattoo. And she goes, make sure Ross isn't here, and she whips out her hip. Mon says she loves it, and Richard says, very tasteful. So this is like one of his daughter's friends showing the tattoo on her hip.
Stop overthinking it.
Okay, yeah, like if I could do that, I would have done it by now. Yeah. So Phoebe joins in on the excitement, says, you want to see mine? And Rachel says, fuck you, Phoebe, you did not get one.
Right.
And she goes, oh, yeah? What do you call this? And she pulls her sweater off her collar. See, I'm pulling my yeah. Nobody can see it, but I'm showing you. And Richie says, what are we looking at here? That blue freckle? And Phoebe says, that's my tattoo. Rachel says, that is not a tattoo. That is a nothing. I finally got her back in the chair. He barely touched her with the needle, and she jumped up screaming, and that was it. Phoebe lies her ass off and says, this is exactly what I wanted. This is a tattoo of the earth as seen from a great distance. It's the way my mother sees me from heaven.
She likes messing with him. I think this is probably all a ruse to see if she could get Rachel to tattoo herself. I think she had no intention of getting a tattoo.
Really? So Richard says, because he's new.
Yeah.
And Rachel calls her out and says, what a load of crap. That is a dot. Your mom is up in heaven going, where the hell is my lily, you wuss? That is not a tattoo. This is a tattoo. And she yanks her pants down just as Ross walks in. You got a tattoo?
Technically, but it's like the smallest tattoo you could possibly get.
Maybe, but just a little one. Phoebe got the whole world. He strolls over and says, let me see. And she shows him her hip, and he says it's sexy, and he didn't think it would be. And he asks if it's sore, can she do stuff? And so it's not like they're going to go upstairs.
Right.
And what if he has to come out and go get a condom out of the bathroom? So this is making me uncomfortable.
Hey, save us some pizza.
So Ross bounces after as Ross leads her to the room.
So they're just going to eat pizza and listen to them have sex? Classy.
Yeah. Richard now knows what it's like to hang out with 25-year-olds.
Right. Wow, they just do not care. They're going at it in there. So then we're back at Chandler and Joey's apartment. Playing foosball for the table, Joey is grunting and talking to his men, and Chandler yells at him to stop talking to his men. And Joey scores and gloats that the table is his. And Chandler says, congratulations. And he leaves in a very sad way. And then we get that time-passing cityscape shot. And then we're back in the room with everybody. The whole gang is there packing up Joey's stuff. And Joey asks if they'll visit him. And Ross agrees, saying that he's got the big TV. They'll be there all the time. And he notices he's standing right next to Chandler and adds, except when we're here. And then he does this weird little face as he writes on the box, smiling. It's a fun little moment.
Yeah.
And the gals say that they'll miss Joe, and how can he not be across the hall, and such sentiments. And Rachel spots her bra and questions why Joey has her bra. He says, no, it's not what you think. Me and Chandler used it to pluck water balloons off the roof. He points to Chandler. Remember the junior high kids couldn't even get theirs across the street.
Yeah, I remember.
Sensing the boys need a moment alone, Ross clears out the girls by saying they need to move the rest of the boxes down to the truck. Chandler offers to give him a hand with the foosball table, but Joey tells him to keep it. You need the practice. Chandler says thanks. And this is it. Joey's leaving. They'll see each other at the coffee house later. And then they do an awkward goodbye, and Chandler shuts the door. No stinger today. That's the end cut and print.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Aren't you forgetting something there, Sparky?
Sparky.
You forgot the cute part.
Fine. As Chandler stands there, sad in his apartment, Joey comes back in and gives him a big hug from behind.
Yeah, he does.
Then he leaves, and Chandler looks over his half-furnished apartment, spins the foosball spinner, and heads off to his bedroom to cry. Cut and print.
But
Except there was a cut scene.
Yes, on the DVD, and it's super cute and funny. So this is the tag. So Jack shows up at Monica's apartment. He's wearing a fedora, a tie, and a raincoat. Like he's wearing a suit.
Right.
And a raincoat and a fedora. And he goes, I went over to Richard's apartment to chew him out, but he had the game on. So then I was going to yell at him at halftime, but he offered me a beer, and he has it on tap. It's right there in his bar. So Monica asks, did you talk to him about me? And he goes, no, I just hope you know what you're doing. She goes, I do. Hey, you're wearing the tie I got you. He goes, yeah. And she goes, where'd you get the hat? And he goes, I don't know.
Don't know.
It's very really weird. Funny. Yeah. All right, we're going to take another break. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Hey.
Hey, we were just saying great apartment.
Thanks. You want it?
Huh?
Yeah, I'm moving to a bigger place. You should definitely take this one.
Yeah, can you see me in a place like this?
Why not? You hate park views and high ceilings. You hate doormen and security. The building just hired a guy that'll pick up your grocery orders. With your job at Days of Our Lives, I can even get you premium financing with a low monthly payment. Come on, I'll show you the kitchen. Oh yeah, my brother owns a store called Porcelain Safari. I can get you a discount.
Cool. All right, now we're back.
We are back. Let's wrap up all this unpleasantness.
All right. Aww. So, what did we learn this episode?
What did you learn, Joe?
Well, I think I already knew this, but Phoebe lies. I'm not sure why. I mean, who's she trying to save face for? Who cared if she did or did not get a tattoo?
I'm telling you, she was just trying to see if she could get Rachel to do it. She has these little games she likes to play. And...
like, I was supposed to go get a tattoo, and I chickened out. I'd come home and be like, yep, I didn't get one. I didn't get one.
But she can't be like, I totally tricked Rachel into getting a tattoo today.
What did you learn?
I learned that Chandler likes clean spoons.
Most people do.
Joey washes his sphincter last. Richard does not care for Twinkies. And Ross will like anything Rachel does. Phoebe's a liar. Yes.
All right, final thoughts.
I think they should have kept up the running gag about Monica walking in on her parents being intimate. And then that's one of the ways her and Chandler connect and bond.
Yeah, because he has that scary past of his parents.
Yeah.
That's funny.
How about you?
Other than that, short instance, we don't ever see what Jack and Judy really think of the relationship of Monica and Richard. Like, they never talk about it. I mean, Jack comes at the end when they break up and
right. Well, yeah, when they break up, but something I never again watching them in order, I never really realized how they're like together like 10 episodes, less than 10.
Okay.
Because they break up at the end of the season.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like between now and the end of the season, that's the only time they're together.
Okay. And then they are friends.
Right.
Quotation marks.
Right. And they get back together for a minute.
Yeah.
But, the end of the season is when they break up. So they're only together for 6 months, maybe, in terms of time.
All right. Sadly, What's our sweater vest tracker?
0.
None in this episode. I think Chandler just stopped going to work, you know? Like, he doesn't work anymore. I mean, for a while there, we saw him at work all the time.
We're just always seeing him on the weekends now. That's just what it is. Right. Again, so it's that 23 minutes a week thing.
Yep.
You only see him for 23 minutes a week.
So we're on episode 16, still at 2 sweater vests.
That's right.
That's because James Burrows hasn't been back. If he was back, we would have more sweater vests.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. All right, so tell us what our rating is for this episode.
Oh, I forgot to write it down.
Uh-oh.
Hang on. I'll have to find it real quick. Okay, so the IMDb rating is 8.5 out of 10 stars.
Ooh, not bad.
With 5,600 ratings.
Okay. Not as many as before, but...
No.
All right, so I pulled one that was 10 out of 10. I like to read the 10 out of 10s. Mm-hmm. This was called The One Where Joey Moves Out. Very creative.
Yeah.
Written by Comedy Fan 2010-20 on June 2011.
Ooh.
I love this episode. The part where Monica and Richard go to Jack Geller's birthday was just too funny.
Too funny.
All the scenes where Monica gets to hear about Richard's Twinkie in the city and Jack questioning about his young girlfriend and Monica getting to witness her parents doing it while hiding in the bathroom. Then telling it to the Gellers is also great. Ross taking away the baseball bat and hiding the crystal while preparing for it was hilarious. And Judy's reaction was also brilliant.
Yeah.
The story of Joey and Chandler is also great. It is one of the most touching ones for me. It is also so sad to see Chandler alone in the apartment after his roomie moved out. And Joey coming back and giving him a big hug is a very sweet moment.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention one of those things that the writers do. Mm-hmm. Like, I always talk about when we're watching Criminal Minds, I don't like when the writers are like, oh no, the team's going to get split up and they're all going to get sent to different departments. And it's like, no, I don't believe any of it.
Especially when you're watching them in order and you've seen it before.
Right.
And, yeah.
But, like, it's the same with Joey. It's like, I know he's going to move right back.
Right. I know he's coming back.
But like I said, at least they get good laughs out of Joey being gone for a minute.
All right, so what's our next week's episode?
The one where Eddie moves in.
Eddie gets a lot of guff on social media. People don't like Eddie.
Well, we'll save that for next week.
Okay, but I love Eddie. I think
I love Eddie too.
All right, so tell us about the episode.
So Ross and Monica fight like brother and sister. Phoebe gets to make a smelly cat video, but something else smells fishy. And tension mounts between Chandler and Joey when Chandler gets a new Adam Goldberg.
I can't wait. I love it. All right. Are you ready for some maladjusted content?
I am ready. So what did we watch?
What did we watch? Ooh, we watched...
You said we watched 2 things.
What did we watch on Father's Day?
Well, we watched In Bruges.
Oh, yeah. That was good. So we went to Belgium.
Yes.
We went to Bruges, Belgium, just because of the movie.
Just because of In Bruges.
Yeah, because it's funny. It's funny and sad. It's cute. And the place looks exactly like the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have pictures of the town square that look exactly like the movie. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And mainly we just ate ice cream in Belgium. Because we were only there for,
Belgian
1 night?
waffles.
Belgian waffles.
And I had really good ribs.
Yes, that was so funny.
Which is weird. I was like, I'm going to get ribs in Belgium. This should be funny. And then they were like the best ribs I ever had.
Remember when I had like a Caesar salad and I was so disappointed. Yeah. I was like, this sucks.
And that was the guy that won't bring us any regular water.
Yeah, because in Europe you have to say sparkling or still water.
Right.
And so I asked for still water and he was like, canals out back.
Canals out back. I don't charge you for that. I want to give you the thing I charge you for.
So sparkling water it is.
Yeah. All right, bring me 3 of them because
your glasses are tiny. So Adam is like the giant glass drinker at mealtime. We call them biggies because Wendy's used to serve biggie size. I don't know. They don't do it anymore, but it was huge. It's like 24 ounces.
Yeah, I have a bigger cup than everybody else in the house. Because I drink a lot of iced tea with
very tall
with my
and
meal.
Takes a lot of liquids. And so in Europe, their glasses are like, 8 ounces?
Yeah.
And also...
And they wanted to bring you sparkling water all the time.
Yeah, and they don't come back to your table very often. They're not
And they charge you per drink.
Yes, and they're not like American waiters or servers. They don't come to your table very often. You have to flag them down. So Adam, like, one gulp drinks the drink and is like, can I have some more? This year when we go to our vacation for our anniversary, we're going to Iceland.
Yes.
And we're going to take our own water bottles.
Right, but you found out that you can drink any of the water there.
Yes, they said do not buy bottled water because it's the cleanest, freshest water around.
Because they just have their little pipes built up to the melting glacier.
So we're excited about that. But I still can't remember the movie we watched. Oh, Trolls.
Troll.
Troll, sorry.
Troll on Netflix.
Yes.
We watched Troll. I had seen Troll before.
Yes, but I hadn't.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's a goofy monster movie. It's about trolls. I mean.
But there's only one troll.
Yeah. And then there's Troll Hunter, which is a different movie, but it's also really good.
Yes.
Everybody should watch those troll movies.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I think that's it for this week.
It is.
Can't wait for next week. All right. If you'd like your thoughts or reactions regarding future episodes to be shared with the rest of the class, or you just want to reach out and say hey,
come on. We'd like to hear from more of you misfits out there.
Email us at themaladjustedmisfits@gmail.com. Rate us and leave positive comments.
And if you have a negative comment, try to leave them in a positive way.
Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow the links in the show notes. The pages are called The One Where We Talk About Friends.
Joe, you ready for a cup of coffee?
Always. Then you'll be able to spend more quality time with your real friends, the Spoons.